What does good look like? I say it all the time.
Yeah.
Let's dig into it, Dan.
Okay.
In your experience and what you're seeing in the marketplace and talking with other business owners in the sales process, what are you seeing most often right now, and what are you seeing lacking?
When I'm out and I'm meeting new people and I'm meeting new business owners and I'm talking to people that we recently onboard, there's a consistent theme. And the theme is, look, fixing my printer and making sure my computer runs, that's just table stakes. I'm sure you've got it. Everybody can do that. What I don't have is the strategy. I don't have that consultative feedback from my old IT provider or our internal staff. We don't have anybody in our organization or consulting with us that can provide a strategy for a year, 2 years, and plus. They can't talk to us about how security integrates with our environment and how we should budget, why we should budget. So it's really that consultative layer that I hear almost every single time I go out.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Now, I hear strategy and I think outcomes. And I think
Yes.
that there's a challenge that IT has gotten the expectations of IT. Every business is an IT company now, whether they
Yes.
like it or not, in whatever industry they're in. We're so reliant on technology, but also those expectations have changed
Yeah.
around speed, security, strategy, outcomes. It's gotten more and more difficult to, I think, deliver a quality IT services product in this day and age. Are you seeing anything around? Those sort of changes of the triangle, if you will, good, fast, cheap.
Well, yeah, and it is something internally here we call the iPad effect, which is technology and a lot of the platforms that exist, whether it's your phone or your iPad or whatever, it's magic. It's fast. It works most of the time. You think it's secure. So business owners have the same expectation for the IT in their environment that it's just seamless. It works all the time. It's super easy to use and so on and so forth. So I think we've gotten there over the last 10, 15 years as the technology we hold in our hand is so advanced. Business owners and everybody just sort of expect everything to be magic and advanced like that. And of course, it's not.
Exactly right. It's like the Amazon effect where I can order
Yeah.
something and 2 hours later it shows up, or the iPad effect where I click an app and it just works. Something that I've noticed is that technology's actually gotten more complicated, not less. Ever since the remote work started coming with COVID, more applications, the advent of AI, you have all this different kind of shadow technology. And the expectations that all just magically fits together. And it's actually gotten really difficult to secure that because there's so much out there and so many different applications in use in business that really it comes down to identity management is kind of that new beachhead that organizations have to be adamant about.
Yeah, I really like your feedback there. I think that before 2020 and before COVID, it was our job, Ryan and I's job and IronEdge's job to secure basically an IT operating environment. So your server closet with your networking gear and your stuff inside of it, it was our job to come in there and secure that one thing, right? You had multiple things in there, but there was really one point in and out. And that was really what we had to secure. Well, fast forward through COVID, the work basically went everywhere. And what I mean by that is, everybody went to cloud hosted providers for their application layer and for their mail and for their file storage. And so all of a sudden, IT teams were tasked with not just securing the closet where the internet came in, but all of those different systems and those different sites and those different logins. It created a very, very large IT operating environment basically overnight.
100%.
Yeah.
It's and siloed as well of these operating. I mean, just I look at even our organization and how many applications we use to run our company. And I know a lot of small and mid-sized organizations are under this same sort of pressure where they've got multiple CRMs and ERPs and every acronym under the sun. And how do you make it all talk and work together? And that's where a strategic IT provider can really add value to help guide, consult, and advise around those different application layers. Because as we say, as the application goes, so goes the technology.
Yeah, 100%. And really having somebody in the room with you that can sit there and say, well, how do these systems integrate together? Where is the identity, the user identity stored? Is that on another system? Is that in that unique system? Hey, do you guys also use Dropbox and Box? And how does that work? Having somebody asking those questions and sort of interweaving everything together with a common thread of functionality, speed, and security, that's where somebody like us can come in, or a senior level person in your organization. But you have to have that right now because it's gotten so complicated.
Yeah, it's interesting as we look at the evolution of technology service providers over the last 20 years that I've been in this business. It's interesting. We started out as consultants. We moved to almost reactionary, all-inclusive help desk, centralized services, and it feels like the pendulum's now shifting back to being business analysts, being consultants again.
I,
Like it's
I,
it's done this wave effect.
It really, really has. And I see it out in the marketplace, and that's what we led with here is that's what I'm hearing people want. People, IT for the last 10 years, a ticket would come in, we would work the ticket. It's kind of response, response driven. We would fix the ticket, everybody would be happy and they'd like IronEdge and we'd go on with our business. Well, that's just considered just basic operations. Everybody assumes you're going to
Yeah,
do
it's
it. Nobody
table
really thinks about
stakes.
it. It's totally table stakes right now. So you're right, that consultative delivery that we had 15 years ago is back. Absolutely.